Hello, hello. See who can come on tonight. Well, hey, Chosen, you are actually the first one here. First as usual, everything always. Congratulations! You're the first to arrive. How are you doing, Chosen? Hey, Maddie, how are you? I'm gonna try to turn a little bit. I don't know, that light's gonna kind of. Hello, Patty. Well, we're still gone, but we have had a good trip. So, and oh, I thought I had something in my hair. We're doing good. Doing good. Glad you're doing okay, Chosen. But yes, we're still out and about. Are you eating anything yummy, Maddie? Oh, it's been gorgeous weather. Gorgeous weather. As far as I know, Ms. Luna is doing fine. She's doing fine as far as I know. So I haven't heard otherwise. So Sam is taking care of her. So it was a little bit warmer today, but still it was really nice. Even today, nice and I mean, there was times where it was kind of overcast, but then there was sun too. So it's been a perfect weekend. It's went really fast. To me, it's went fast. But we've done a lot while we've been here, so that's been nice. How are you doing, Patty? Is everything good? I've got a lot done on my top that I was making, or I am making. I ended up having to go to Michael's today because I ran out of the darker kind of teal color, which this is called peacock, but it matched this original color really well. So now, well, thank you, Chosen. I appreciate that. And so I've started kind of putting the sleeves on. Um, I'm gonna stop after this next dark one with the flamingo color because I want to add, I think, some pink and white to it too. So, better day today. I'm knitting on my hand towel. Well, good, Patty. I'm glad that you're doing better today. So I want to add these other colors to it on the sides too, I think. I'm going to try to give it a try. So it's going to be kind of a poncho style. Made it a little bit longer and going to be a little more flowy. Um, so yeah. Thank you, Lenora. What can I say? My eyes are brown. Well, I appreciate it very much, Chosen. That was very kind of you. Thank you, Patty. Hello, Ruse. My eyes are brown too. So you have a twin. You have a twin, Chosen. Maddie has brown eyes too. But I was really surprised that these colors matched because I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know 100% for sure, 100% for sure, that the original of this turquoise, or whatever you want to call it, was a Lily Sugar and Cream. And this that I'm using now, that's flamingo, or peacock, not flamingo. Did I say flamingo earlier? I don't know. Peacock is by Loops and Threads, but it matches. So I was like, no, thank you, because I think this is the last of the cones of this particular color that I had. And if I do have any more, it's not a lot left. So I like the center square, very good accent. Well, thank you, Patty. Ruse, if you're stating your age, please don't, because of safety issues. Any stories when you were on the road? Crazy drivers, silly deers, acorns falling from the sky, anything. Well, we did see some pretty deer. There was a poor dog that somehow he had his lead, like his leash still on, like somebody had been walking him maybe, and we don't know. He was just walking around, so we don't know where he went. So I messaged on a message board for the area that we're in to let people know about this dog. Trying to think of anything else unusual. Was there anything else unusual, Whitney? We really didn't have anything. We had an easy drive down here. We had an easy day yesterday. It was a beautiful day. I don't know if the dog was found by its owner or not. I know, poor dog. How was the picnic? Oh my gosh, that picnic. Okay, in my area, several of our churches have church picnics every year, and they think they're big to do. And for our area, they kind of are. I mean, they draw a crowd usually, but it seems like they've kind of dwindled over the years a little bit, especially since, about 5 years ago. But this place, it was humongous. It's the biggest, I think they said, right, Whitney, that it was the largest in America, like church picnic, in the United States.
Gonna be.
And you ain't kidding. And so I took some video of it, and I am going to put it up. I'm going to do like a little video of our little getaway. So it blew your socks off. I mean, all kinds of games for the kids, which, I mean, it was very, very much the same as what we have around us. But this was tenfold. I mean, tons of people, tons of food, I mean, it was amazing. It was huge. Huge. Crazy. I couldn't get over it. You had a license plate stolen on one of your trips? Oh my goodness, Maddie. And we just went all over the place yesterday. It was nice. I mean, we just took a long drive. We were gone literally all day, from 9 o'clock in the morning until it was probably about 7:30 when we got back here to the room. So we definitely made the most of our day. The screws are still there. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Oh, and then I guess there's a Casey's that's going to be the biggest Casey's in America, and have like a full kitchen thing, whatever, almost restaurant-y type thing in it. We went and saw that today, which was unusual. We just found it out. We just went in to get us something to drink, and so we got a whole history. And so anyway, that was kind of interesting. But no, we didn't really. We went out to eat this evening because we didn't know for sure what we were going to do as far as dinner or whatever. If we just wanted to have some leftovers that we had or go get something or whatever, so we decided to go get pizza. And at the place, whenever we drove up, then the fire truck comes driving up to the restaurant, and then an ambulance. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. So I started praying, is like, oh Lord Jesus, whatever's happening, hope they're safe, But I don't know if it was a worker maybe got hurt or something, because you didn't see anything inside when So I'm just hoping and praying nothing real bad was wrong. So. Oh, the Casey's gas station thingy? Is that where you're talking about, Chosen? Yeah, it's going to be it's a fancy one. We went in, like I said, we went in because we wanted something to drink. And, yeah, they were renovating it. It used to be something else, but they're renovating it now. So, but anyway, it was kind of interesting. It's going to be really nice. So, but yeah, that's the big deals. That's it. I don't have any. There wasn't anything too unusual. Nothing shook our world too much. So, I just hope the dog found his owners, because he was just like walking around. It wasn't like he was super scared, but it was like he just kept kind of walking around, and so I don't know. Because you wonder if it wasn't somebody like staying around here, that was out walking him, maybe got loose from him or something, travelers or something. So I don't know. I'm just hoping he found his way back to his people. Hello? Linda could have went on a date. Some friend you are, Madam So. Yeah, then we would have had a real big, hurt, really bad time. It wouldn't have been good. We would have had a lost dog too. And it was so, I mean, just made me feel, because, I mean, there was nothing we could do because we were in the flow of traffic and there was no way that we could have done anything, you know. But there was a gal that had messaged me back, or had messaged on, you know, the page that I had sent it to, that she had actually come down to the McDonald's to look and see if she could find him, you know. And she said instead she found some cats, so she fed the cats, but didn't see a dog. And she even went back to see, you know, if the dog had maybe returned or anything, but it hadn't, and it wasn't there for us either whenever we came back after dinner. So by a rat? Oh my gosh. No, that's not good. Were you pleased with your accommodations? Yeah, I mean, where we're staying, I mean, it is, but you can tell that they're short-staffed, and that, you know, and I think that's the way it is in a lot of places right now. And you know, we haven't really traveled. I have traveled with my parents, you know, different times since, you know, COVID and stuff, whatever. I'm always kind of iffy if I'm supposed to say anything about that, whatever. But anyway, I'm not saying anything bad about it, making any comments about it. I'll say that. So, but we haven't traveled a whole lot since then, and so it is different, you know. But like I said, I've traveled with my parents, but even then it's been different, you know. So. I'm gonna ride a horse for the first time before August ends. Okay. Will you do that? Do you have something already planned, chosen to do that? And Patty, yes. I mean, the room it's clean, it's nice. It looks like, I mean, it does look like it's newer property. If not, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be a year old yet or not, um, but it is clean, and but just kind of the breakfast area and stuff a little bit. It's kind of like, I told Whitney, I was like, I want to get up and do something. Oh my gosh, because my mom works for a hotel, so, and I've grown up with her working in a hotel. She's the front desk manager, or, well, she's now since retired. She's more of an assistant now because she's semi-retired, I guess you could say. And she's still working, but it's very much more part-time now. So I've grown up around that and stuff for quite a few years. And I actually worked where she works and stuff, so I've worked in the industry. So it's like, I want to dive in. I want to do something. I want to go back there and be like, can I help you get some stuff out? Can I wipe some tables down? Can I, you know? And it was like, man, I can't do that. So. I'll name them Onward. Onward. Okay. Well. And Ah, hey, how much did I miss? You've not missed a whole lot yet, Goofy. Not a whole lot. I did show my top that I'm working on because I did get quite a bit more done. I got both panels done and sewn together. I'm just putting the sides on now. So, but I've stopped because the colors that I want to continue to add on the sides for kind of the sleeves, the draping sleeves, because it's going to be more of a poncho style. The rest of the colors are at home. So I did have to go to Michael's though and get me some more of the turquoise color. And I was very fortunate to find a matching color because they didn't have the lily sugar and cream. But I'm using the loops and threads cotton. So I'm going to move on to my blanket because I am making another heart granny square heart blanket. So I started it last night, and I actually almost went on and came on live last night, but I didn't end up doing it. Got to watching TV, was working on this, and it got later, and I was like, no, I'm just going to go to sleep. I wouldn't say I'm having hotel fever. I wouldn't say that. I'm not getting an itch to work back in it, but I try not to clean up after people. Yeah. Hey, Emma, how are you doing? I'm doing all right. How are you? I am doing good. Thank you. Glad you're doing well. I figured I would get this blanket started because it's easy from this point. After I get the heart done, the rest of it is just a big giant granny square. So it is super, super easy. Thank you, Emma. And it's for a baby shower, the blanket, so. I've been so tired, but a black of cup coffee helps. Cup of coffee helps. Oh wow. Well, I slept good last night. The night before, though, I kind of tossed and turned a little bit. But last night, I slept good. But we were, like I said, we were on the go all day yesterday. Whitney done a lot of driving. But it was nice. And we had no problems. Oh, have you thought of baby snuggles for a baby shower? I have made the rabbit snugglers. Is that what you're talking about? Like that? Or are you talking about the little cocoon things? I don't know. Yes to the first or second. No, the snugglers. Okay. Yes, I've done rabbits. I've done a fox. Um, I don't know if you were here when I done the fox or not. I just shipped out one of my rabbits to Kathy from here, but Kathy hasn't been on here for a long time, but I've been in contact with her, but she hasn't been on here for quite a while, so I don't know. I hope she's doing okay. Your keyboard hates you. Yeah, well, I'm not, and I get a lot of auto correcting on my stuff too. Don't feel bad, Goofy. So I have done some of the snugglers. They are super cute. This was an order from a lady that has already ordered one heart Afghan for a baby shower, and then she wanted different colors, but she wanted the heart again. So I was like, I can do that. And then I've done a Grafgan of a fox, and then the fox snuggler. I don't know. I don't know if I ever got a picture of the fox Grafgan. I don't remember if I did or not. I'm gonna have to look through my pictures. Whenever I send a dice emoji, that's Q for my exit. Oh, okay. I'll remember that next time, Chosen. Well, thanks for popping in for a little while. And you have a great rest of your night. I was peeling chili, now my hands are on fire. Oh no. Yeah, I was going to say, don't touch your face or rub your eyes. That would not be a good thing. Will not be touching my face for a few hours. Hello. Try and pour milk in your hands. Sometimes it helps. I wish I could, but I don't have enough money to do that. Oh. We're just on a little getaway. I usually don't say where we're at whenever we're there. Um, like I said, I'll be putting up a video, a little vlog type thing, something, whatever you want to call it, just for something fun. Like I said the other day, I mean, I say we're south. That's all I'm going to say. So we just went south. Well, we will be heading home tomorrow. So we'll be home sometime tomorrow. Just don't know when. But thank you, Goofy. We have enjoyed it very much so far. It was nice to get away. Yeah, it'd been a long time for us because we were going to try to do something for our 25th. Didn't get to do that because of COVID. And then this year's our 30th, but we didn't really plan anything. So I said, how about let's go do something? Don't care what, something. So we came south. Goodness. Hey, Carrie. I did get to spray the weeds today. It wasn't sweltering hot. Yeah, Patty. That's just it with the way the heat's been in. Oh, Patty, I was in pain, so I honestly poured evaporated milk. Oh, your 46th wedding anniversary is tomorrow, Patty. Congratulations and happy anniversary. Yes, he's fine. He's been fighting like a cold and sinus allergy stuff. So yes, he's fine. You're welcome, Patty. Yes, Carrie, it's a heart. The same as what I done a while back, but in different colors. It's upside down, but it's going to be in these 3 colors. So, and it's an order for a baby shower. Going to finish my movie. You have a nice, restful sleep, Johnna, and I'm glad we had a small chat. Well, thank you for coming in for a little bit, Goofy, and visiting with me. I appreciate it. And hopefully, you get over your burning hands. And we will talk again with you later. Well, thank you, Goofy. I love you too. And we will definitely be safe. And thank you for the prayers on that. And we'll see you again soon. I'm so thankful that you're on tonight. I have had a rough day, and my boyfriend is away in another state with family, so I was feeling kind of lonely. Aw, Emma, I'm sorry. But yeah, come and hang with us. Our 46 years went fast. Yeah, it seems like some days 30 years has flown by, and then other days I feel like, it was yesterday. So it's weird. It just how it has went by so fast, and that our oldest is going to be 30, his birthday, and then our second is going to be 27. So it's just crazy. What's a roundabout way you're old enough to be my mom? Oh, I probably am, Carrie. I'm sure I am. It's hard for me to think that I have a 27 and a 30-year old. I just, you know. Gotcha, Carrie. Yeah. Our oldest is 40 and a half, and baby is 37 and 3/4, soon to be 30, 38. Oh, wow. Yeah. It just flies. It flies. It's like, where did all the time go? And it was so funny the other day whenever Gray and Evie were at our house, we kept him. And Grayson, he kind of got in trouble for something. Or I had to get after him, you know. And I said something about, you're four, your sister, she's just two. And he was like, Grammy, she is only one. And I said, well, see, even more so. You should know better. Oh my gosh. It was just so funny because he was so serious. She is only one Grammy. And I'm like, I got to thinking about it. I was like, oh my gosh, he's right. she's she's right around a year and a half. But I was like, oh my gosh. I just think of her being older because she's bigger than he was. They're two different kids, you know? They're just two completely different kids. She is so easy. Not that he was super hard, but he was a boy, you know, and just they try you a little bit more sometimes. And with her, you can tell her no and get her sidetracked, and she shouldn't care. She's like, okay, go on, you know. Whereas Gray, it's a knockdown drag out, and it's like, no, I'm gonna suck it for all it's worth. I'm just gonna keep pushing your buttons, Grammy, and you know, I'm gonna keep doing what I can. I really wouldn't change a thing. Plenty of struggles, but all drew us closer together. Tons of hospitals, etc. We made it through. I hear you, Patty. I can say the same thing. I was even like, wait, she's not two. I know! But it just came out of me because whenever I was talking to him, because I was trying to make a point, and whenever that came flying out of my mouth, I was like, and he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, he's right. He's right. But if you would see her, I mean, oh my, she is. I mean, she acts like she is older, you know, and walks like she's older and everything. I mean, it's a complete difference between her and where Gray was at her age. So, but I told Seth, and I've told Annie too, she came out ready. I mean, she has just, I don't know. It has just been, it has flew 10 times faster with her. God has been so good to us out of the mouths of babes. Oh, yes. Yes. Because Grayson, he's a smart little cookie too, but oh boy. Hello, Harriet. How are you? And yes, Patty, God has been very, very good to us. That is for sure. My grandson still can't remember. He turned 9 in July. It's been pretty entertaining. Oh my gosh. My grandson tells his daddy he needs to talk to Nana to tell me about his latest crochet adventures. Cool. Yeah, because is he the one that you have been teaching and how to learn? Because I thought it was you that was saying that, unless I'm thinking of somebody else. I was thinking it was you. Oh, and at the farmers market that we went to, there were some crochet places there, which I tried to take some film and stuff and whatever, kind of tried to get little snippets here and there, but not be, like all up in anybody's business or anything. But there was one guy there. He was a younger guy probably. He was good. He had some really cute, very nicely made stuff. He done a really good job. But I can tell you what, for this little flea market or farmers market that they had, their prices for the area that we were in, I was surprised how high they were. Um, I mean, there was some cute stuff and nice stuff, but the majority of the crochet spots that were there, it was just kind of your same run of the mill kind of, nothing too different. But then there was a couple of places that they had different stuff. So it was fun to kind of go through their booths and stuff and kind of look at their stuff, kind of see what they had. But two, um, the one guy, I don't know, he might need to watch it because he has some stuff that very much would be more of a licensed item. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on where they're at and how much people pay attention to it. Maybe I don't know, but I wouldn't be comfortable doing it, but I had to laugh. He said he crocheted a snake, but Nana, it looks like a dog. Oh my gosh. Like dog poo. Oh my gosh. I said, that's okay. And try again. It did look like poop. We both laughed. Yep, I taught him at 8 years old. Yeah. And you know what? That's when I started learning how I was like 7, 8, and yeah, love that. Crochet Adventures. Another project, another adventure. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny, Patty. Yeah, he just has to keep trying. Just keep trying. His latest was a baseball and bat freehand. Oh, awesome. We don't point out errors. We look at all of the right things and move on. Yes. There's another crocheter that got together with 14 others to do their state fair. Last time I had checked in, they had sold 767 items and had that day and 2 more days to go. Life goals, Johnna. Yes. Oh my gosh. That would be pretty awesome. I think did our state fair start yet, Whitney? It's already started, isn't it?
Huh?
State fair.
Illinois?
Yeah.
It's 7th.
Okay, it's the 7th. So yeah, it's starting shortly. But that is pretty awesome. 767 items. I would really like to try at least one market craft thing, something up by the kids sometime. But I just don't know if I want to pay that money because some of those are sky high, and I can't justify paying that much. I just don't know. And the majority of the time, it's only one day on the ones by them. Now, there might be a few that are around holiday that might be more than one day, but I'm so used to, you know, paying what I pay around me, which is a pretty good deal. And I don't know. Because I would like to branch out a little bit more, but we'll see. And honestly, I would not mind doing an outdoor market sometime too, but again, I I would definitely need to borrow a tent from my brother or something because I don't want to invest in one if I'm not going to use it. And I would just want to do it in the fall. I don't want to do it in the hot. I need to move. I don't want to do it in the hot weather. So, right. Yeah, Patty, it's just going to have the one heart in the center. It's not going to be a real big blanket, so it's going to be about right for the size of the blanket. They started with 2,300 and added another 100 as they went. Oh, wow. We checked our state fair just for 2 people to do it with a minimum of 1,200. Yeah, it would be crazy. I mean, you would have to. I mean, that's just. I mean that is a price. I don't know. This is crazy. $1,200 to set up. I just Which, I mean, I guess if you average that out over the course of however many days, because like state fair is probably usually what, like 10 days, 10 to 14 days sometimes, maybe 10 days, 7 to 10 days maybe. And you average that out, but still, that's a lot of money. I would love to see you, how you started that with the heart. Oh, yeah. Well, to start it off, you just started as a regular granny square. But I might have to do that one night where I just, maybe I can do that later into this next week. I can do the heart, show how to do the heart. If you'd want me to try to do that, Patty, it's easy, but I had to refresh myself on how to do it. It's insane. They wonder why the handmade is disappearing from the fairs. Right. You're right, Patty. Or not Patty, gosh, Lenora. I was reading Patty at the bottom. Um, you're right, Lenora. I mean, because it is. It's because even for the covered bridge, whenever we've talked about that, it's so commercialized anymore because it used to be that was the draw for us to go because it was so much handmade, handcrafted, painted, sewn, all the things. And now, I mean, we haven't went the last few years because it just, you know. Oh, sure, Patty. We would make a ton there because of that, though. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. And it would be fun to do, but I don't know that I want to be there for 10 days. I don't know about that. Oh, gosh. I mean, it's not that far from where I live. The covered bridge is not that far, but I don't know if I'd want to do it every day. Because by the time you're done, I mean, I wouldn't want to drive home, so I guess we could just, we'd have to get a camper. Something, I don't know. Uh, I feel like a lot of people these days don't understand the effort that artists put into their craft. And you're right on that too, Emma. You're right on that too. People that don't do it don't know. And they don't know what they don't know. I mean, and I understand that and I get it. But at the same time, I mean, they really don't understand the time and effort and everything that you do put in. Whitney could be our chauffeur. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. He could be our bouncer, our running man, our chauffeur, our gopher. We could put him to work. Whoa, about knocked you guys over. I'm trying to move around. No, we could keep him busy. We could keep him busy.
Oh,
Well, he told me after this market that he went to and helped me with this last time for that Christmas in July, he was like, if I'm going to come and be helping you with this stuff, we're going to have to get better chairs. And I said, well, I almost packed our other chairs, but they had provided chairs, so I didn't go ahead and do it. I was like, yes, next time you can have your chair. We can pack your chair. Because the bag chairs are definitely, I mean, we have kind of like the overstuffed, nicer kind of bag type chairs. So I was like, yes, we can absolutely pack your chair.
Good job, really good.
Hi, I can only be here a couple minutes, but wanted to stop in. Oh, hey, Lori. How are you doing? I'm glad you stopped in. Even just to say hi. I'm glad to see you. I'm working on a baby blanket right now with the heart center granny square. It was an order for a baby shower, so that's what I'm working on right now. I'm okay, but migraines are winning a little bit. I seen where you had been talking about that. I hate that for you, and I used to get migraines. I know what it's like. Thank God, thank you Jesus. I do not get them anymore. And every now and then it tries, but I haven't had a full blown one for several years, and I hope it stays that way. And I'm sure the weather doesn't help with that either. If we could afford to do the fair here, my daughter is only 30 minutes at most away from there. We could crash at her place. She would love it. Oh, yeah, I'm sure she'd love it. I'm sure she would. Well, our state fair for us is almost 2 hours away ish from us. So they think that when I am actually menopausal, they will go away. Yeah, and that could be the case. I know sometimes it's the opposite for some people. I had some of my clients that was the opposite. They didn't have him prior and then they had him during. And kind of once they got through that, then they went away. But so yes, I hope the same. I hope that is your case, that it. Our state fair is a couple hours away too. Yeah. So it would be nice if it was a little bit closer. Oh, there's that picnic that we
Yeah,
were
that's
at.
what I was pointing at.
They had the picnic that we went to on TV. It's all wiped out now. I can't get past the cost to convince myself to do it, but I think it would be fun to do at least once. I agree with you, Lenora. I completely agree with you all the way around on that. I can't justify paying all that money, because then, and I know it's a chance you take anytime, but that's a lot of money to put up, when you're not guaranteed you're going to do anything. And who knows what the weather would do and whatever, what the turnout's going to be. But again, it's a chance we take, right? So it would absolutely be a blast, I think, to do. But they seem highly correlated with when I started menopause. Yep, yep. And I'm trying to think kind of around the time whenever I was kind of having mine. I don't think it was during that time necessarily. It was when my kids were a lot younger. But yeah, I remember having them. Oh, I remember having it. It was not fun. They did put me on medicine for it, but then it just seemed like once I changed things with my diet and stuff and got some other things figured out, and um, we did move from the house we were in to a different house, but um, started going to the chiropractor too, and that helped. So, so yeah, I hope, yeah, I hope that they just gradually disappear for you, so you don't have to worry about it because it's not fun. I know it's not fun. Now I get ocular migraines. I still do that, but there's no pain involved with that. Um, and I'll take that over the pain any day. Yeah, when it first happens to you, especially, because my best friend, she, had the same symptoms, same everything happen, and I told her, I said, I think that's what it is. She was like, no, no, I think it's something different. I'm gonna, and it's like, okay, I understand, because it could be, and whatever. But I was like trying to reassure her that I really thought that it was more of an ocular migraine type situation, and she did go to the doctor to make sure and get checked and everything, and that's what it was just ocular migraine. But she'd never had it before, so it scared her. And so it was good though that she went to the doctor to see though, to make sure. But yeah, it can be, especially when you don't know and you haven't had them. I mean, I don't like them, but I just have to write it out. And sometimes when it comes on for me, it doesn't last very long, and then other times it can last a couple hours, maybe. It just depends. But it usually doesn't go past that. It usually, so. And I basically, whenever it does happen, it usually is always in this eye and my right eye. And I can see, but it's very much hard to see. And no amount of anything, nothing makes it better, except just to, if it still persists and I just have to quit what I'm doing and maybe just sit and close my eyes for a while or something or whatever. But usually, if I just keep myself busy with something or whatever, but just try to kind of rest my eyes a little bit, then it'll usually go away fairly easy. Okay, I have to film something. I will be back unless I need to sleep. Okay, Lori. Well, thanks for stopping in. If we don't see you again tonight, you have a great rest of your night. Hey, Nifty, how are you? Glad to see that you're here tonight. Hey, I'm great. I just woke up. Oh my gosh. Take a little nap, Nifty? My cousin and I painted the town red last night, so I've been having quite a few naps today. Hey, that's okay, Nifty. That is okay. I hope you had a great time. Johnna, thank you for asking. I had so much fun. When my cousin and I get together, we both tell each other jokes and make each other laugh, and lots of cooking. It was so fun. Aw, that sounds like a great time. A great time. And laughing does us good. Enjoying our people. Oh, I guess whenever we were at the Michaels store, I will say this. Don't get too excited though, because I don't know that it's going to be everybody, but their store where I went today for the Michaels store, um, they are getting ready to expand their store, and it looked like a new store or a newer store, like in a newer like strip mall type thing. Got to do a few things. Have safe travels. May all of you have joyous dreams and super day tomorrow. Hugs to all. See you maybe tomorrow. Prayers for your mom, Johnna. Well, thank you very much, Patty. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight for a little while. And yeah, I will be on sometime later this week. I don't know for sure if I'll be on tomorrow or not. It depends on which way we go home. If we go home scenic route, I may not be able to do anything live while we're driving. So it may be Tuesday before I'm back on. So, but big hugs to you and thank you for the prayers for my mom. She's doing fine. So, but thank you. I very much appreciate that, and she does too. So. We'll see you later, Patty. Have a great night. Get some good sleep. Sweet dreams to you. See you whenever. Have fun. Thank you. We will. We will continue to have fun. Oh, I think I had. Yeah, I do. I had a fuzzy in my mouth. Okay, I was gonna try to put my foot back up here without knocking everything over. There we go. What? Guess I didn't say what yarn I was doing using for this, but it's that I love this yarn brand from Hobby Lobby. I don't mind it. And the yellow that I'm using is lemon ice. The pink that I'm using is pink, real creative pink. So that's easy. And then I think this is mint maybe or Arctic. I don't remember. Oh, ocean. So those are the three colors I'm using. It's very much a mint green. I think it looks like a mint green. Oh goodness, and that's what she wanted was mint. The blanket is for an order for a baby shower. It's from a past gal that's ordered from me before. She's ordered several from me. She's the one that I don't know if you were here then whenever I did another one of these heart blankets. There was yellow, purple, pink. I don't remember what all. I think I used a cream color in there maybe. Um, so she needs it by September. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and start on it. I have, I did bring my tissue paper doll um, with me to work on too, but I'll work on it in the car tomorrow to get it probably, I can probably get it done tomorrow in the car. Like I said, for coming online, I usually do these types of things that are easier that I don't have to think about as much. What size hook are you using? I'm using an I hook, no, J hook actually, which I was using an I hook and I grabbed my J, but I think I'm going to stick with the J. I'm liking it better, honestly, to tell you the truth. But yeah, it's a J hook, so it'd be what, the 6 millimeter? Yeah. So 6 millimeter is what I'm using actually. So, but I think I started out with a 5.5 millimeter to tell you the truth. But I'm liking this size honestly better. It's giving it a little bit more drape because, like I said, I tend to crochet on a little bit tighter side. It's not super tight, but tighter than what I want it to be sometimes. And I want this to be drapey. And I think I did my last blanket in either an I or a J. Probably an I, but because my top that I've been working on, I used the J hook too because I wanted it to be a little bit looser too. Which I don't think you were here whenever I showed it. This is what I've got done so far. I can find the top and the bottom. It's just going to be a poncho style. So I want to finish off the sides as more of like a drapey, come down like about 3/4 maybe, something like that. But I need to finish it whenever I get home because my other colors are at home. And because I want to incorporate this rose. It's a dusty rose color. And possibly the white and the kind of caramel color there too. So we'll see. But I definitely want to incorporate some of the pink, dusty rose color. And yeah, I had ran out of the turquoise and had to go to Michael's today and get some other, which I had a voucher for $10 at Michael's. So that helped. But then I did get some 2 Karen cakes while I was there, which I just, I like the carrot cake variegated. They're the big cakes, I think, are what they are. I'll have to show them here in a second. Well, thank you, Nifty. I love that you did a really good job. The color is so beautiful. Thank you, Nifty. Well, I wanted it to be colors that I could, because I think I'm gonna keep it for me again. Because I don't have a lot of stuff that I've made for me to keep for me. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see once I get it done. But anyway, I wanted it to be a piece that if I do decide to, or whoever that might, purchase it at some point or something, that it could still be worn like summerish, but then into the fall, winterish. Because you can wear, longer sleeved under it. You can wear, like a tank top cami, something like that under it too in the summer, in the spring still, even something like that, or a longer sleeved t-shirty type shirt, whatever. So I wanted it to be colors that could be kind of all seasons. But I'm going to grab those Karen cakes here real quick because they are colors that I really liked. Because I was wanting something that kind of had like the blues and teals, and I found it. And yes, the Karen Big Cake. It's as big as my head. It's what I feel like. So, anyway, this one is called Deep Lake. And so I absolutely love it. It could be a great corner to corner cowl, scarf, shawl, something, or not even a corner to corner, but you know, but I just love this. I love the colors. And then, and I was so happy to find that because there was like only two in the little cubby hole. And you get a lot in these. It's 10 ounces. And I forget that about these big cakes that they're the 10, well, they're a little bit over, they're 10 and a half ounces. And then this one, absolutely love that one too for the neutrals and stuff. I am just in love with the neutrals and even just kind of the retro autumny warm colors and stuff too have always been a favorite of mine and still are. But this one is chocolate. So I thought that was a cute name, honestly. So I am excited to do something with this too. So be it if I do some kind of poncho, something with it, either one of them, I don't know yet. We'll see. It's to be determined for sure. But I know I'm definitely going to use both of them for something. So I'll make that decision later after I get all my other stuff that I need to get done. So, and both of those colors are going to be great for any season, really. Hello, Scrawlin'. I'm in love with the second one. I know. Isn't that, yeah. I like the blues, greens, all that kind of thing, but I don't know. There's just a draw to those neutrals too and stuff. Yeah, they're both very nice colors. They are big yarn cakes. They're 10 and a half ounces, but there's a lot there. I've used some. The only ones that I have gotten that I have bought that were the full skeins like that, I actually found some thrifting. And I'm trying to think if I did buy two Karen yarn cakes here a while back that were marked down on clearance at my store back home. But I can't remember. They weren't, I don't think they were the big cakes though. Because I got them for like $5 a cake. And they're usually $12.99 a cake, and that's what those were $12.99. But I had my voucher. I had my $10 voucher. So it helped a little bit. So I have to go now. I hope everyone has a good night, morning. Well, thank you, Emma. Thank you for hanging out for a little while. And hoped we helped you not feel so lonely tonight. You're done on your corner to corner? I got my corner to corner scarf done too, but I haven't shown it yet. It's at home. But I did get it done finally before we left on our little getaway. So I'll have to show that whenever we get back home. Done. Oh, are you talking about your yarn that you were putting up? Like doing your shelving and stuff for? Oh, gotcha. You got it all done and put up how you want it? Good. Time to fix it. I'll make beads corners. So doing all your beads and stuff then. Well, then you'll just have everything right where you need it, and that will be awesome. Yeah, this next week I need to work on getting, because I did go ahead and order me another kind of wire rack type thing that's similar to what I already have in the basement that has the majority of my yarn, my acrylic yarn, and my crafting supplies stuff that I use also for my crochet. Um, and it's also similar to what I also use for display for my crochet setup for my markets. But um, you have a lot of beads, yeah. So I need to get it all put together and get the rest of my yarn, like my I have the bigger skeins of the acrylic yet. There's a few of those that I need to get put away in there. And I did get all the wool blends, merino blend, alpaca stuff there that Lenore had sent. I've got it all worked up now. Either used up some of it or I've got it wound. And I have it already put away in a basket. Um, but I have my cotton that I need to go through. So my bigger, like pounder acrylic yarns will probably go towards the top, maybe, of this sectional type thing, little cubicle thing that I have, or cubes, I guess I should say. Um, and then I will put kind of my cotton towards the bottom, maybe, or I might switch them. Don't know. But I definitely need to get all of that situated and get my plushy yarns in there too. So I've got everything moved to the basement except my cotton as far as my yarns go. So we shall see. Thank you, Scotland. I'm just ready to have everything put away and done so then I do know where everything's at. And the more I'm in there working, the more I'll know what is going to be kind of the arrangement that I want for the room, you know? So, what did I do? Okay, well, yeah, that is not a go. So, we are gonna go back to that stitch, that one little lonely guy. Good thing this isn't very big around yet. It won't take me that long. Making sure there wasn't anything else along the way. Okay. Oh, excuse me. My crayons are left on my one big corner to corner scarf. Have a little bit to go then. Yeah, I got mine done. So I got it plenty long enough, I think. And I had one little hank of the blue that I contemplated doing just a little bit more on it, but I was like, no, I think it's a good size. Because I didn't want to make it too long. So did you have a nice weekend, Scarlett? So it's Monday for you right now, isn't it? Because you're in the morning, right? Hey, Ronnie. 5:46. Are you having to work today, I take it? How are you doing, Ronnie? Good. Not too awful bad of a day then, Scrollin', right? Waiting for more cake yarn. Oh, wow. Oh, but to finish my Michael story, she was talking about that they were going to be building on to their Michaels and making it bigger to allow for more room for more product. And she said, and oh, as you know, Joanne's closed. And so when I said, oh, so you're going to get some of Joanne's product. And she said, well, we have plenty of fabric already. So the stores that don't have as much fabric will be getting it first over them. And I said, well, I'm, you know, talking more yarn. Is that a possibility for me? Because I thought, well, maybe it'll be an indication of maybe some of the other Michaels will be getting more of the Joanne's yarn. And she said, well, we should. She was like, there's a section, she called it something, and I don't remember what she called it, in the yarn area. And so, anyway, I don't know if that's an indication of anything that's to come for anywhere else. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just going to say their take on the posh yarn is not the same. Just saying. So, to me, it's a lot thinner, but it could just be me. But I don't think it's the same. And the cozy cub, I mean, I really can't tell the difference between the two of the posh and the cozy cub, whatever they called it. I don't know. I don't remember who called what. So, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. It is a baby blanket for a baby shower order. And it's the Granny Square Heart Center. Several have said the same. The Cozy Cub is the baby bear, not posh. Yes, because that's what I couldn't remember what the other name used to be. And but yeah, I know the posh isn't. I know, but yeah, the posh and whichever the other name was for the Cozy Cub or baby bear or whatever. But to me, they look the same. There's no difference between the two. It is very pretty, isn't it? And it's just called pink. That's what the color's called, is just pink. So it is very, very pretty. So no, I'm not real impressed with the posh and the baby bear, cozy cub, blah blah blah. They're the same. Which I didn't mind the cub bear, whatever, because I had gotten some of it, which it would have been, you know, it has been okay for some stuff that I've used it for, and I am getting fuzzies everywhere. But anyway, hello Cosmo. Hey Randy, nice to see you. Hope you're doing great. Tired but good. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're doing good though, Randy. Nope, we're not home. We are not home. We're still away. We are heading home tomorrow. So we'll be back home sometime tomorrow. Thank you, Randy. I figure I have enough yarn to not have to deal with Michael's. Right? Me too, except when I run out of a color. That's what stinks about the whole thing is that, oh, the lady said, "Oh, you're going to be busy crocheting or have a lot to crochet or something. And I said, well, I have plenty of yarn at home, like I need any more, but I was like, I need the colors that I've got because I ran out. That's the only thing that I don't like. Because sometimes you can just kind of modify, you know? There was no modifying on this one. Well, let's put it this way, I didn't want to modify. And it would have been great if I would have had all the colors to do this blanket, but I didn't. But I'll use every bit of this to do this blanket, so that'll be good. I'll maybe have a little bit of scrap, but not much. But I'll use it. Hello. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm off to bed. I'm working tomorrow. Love and blessings. Good night, everyone. Well, thanks for hopping on for a little bit, Randy. I'm glad you're doing well. Enjoy work tomorrow. Get some good sleep, and we will talk to you later. You crochet too. Good. Nice. Feel free to share if there's anything you're crocheting on right now. You're working on crocheting a bag right now? Awesome. It's one thing if you run out while doing the project, but I think sometimes we get stuck in a box on using different colors on new projects, or I should say I do anyways. So I'm trying to do better. Yeah, and that's what I do really try to do is like work with colors that I know I have like colors to go with normally, you know. Um, so yeah, and that's why I like to, because it's almost like a game to me too, to see how much I can use up of what I got. And there's something so satisfying about using up what I have, you know. But it does make it harder sometimes when people want specific colors, you know. And yeah, I wish that I had every color of the rainbow. I wish I had You know, well, I can say I wish, but do I really? But, have access to it, I guess. But I don't. I don't have the money for that, and I don't have the space for it. And I wouldn't want it. I honestly wouldn't. Overwhelmed me. It would overwhelm me if I had that much. I wouldn't be able to take it. Because the satisfaction is in me using it and getting it used up and see how much I can get used up and get to the nub again. Because it does force you to be more creative and get outside the box. And that's what I enjoy about it. That is what I enjoy. Using what you have, right? I'm working on a baby blanket. It's a granny square with a heart center baby blanket order for a baby shower. And I started I started crocheting when I was 7 into 8, something like that. So a lot of years, a long, long time. Honestly, close to 50. So it's been a long time. Good. I started this year. Oh, awesome. More and more people are picking up the craft. It is very relaxing. Very relaxing. It throws me off when I can't. If I take too much time off of it, it messes with me just a little bit, not gonna lie. I will set a tote in front of me and then work out of it for the week to try to empty it. Haven't ever emptied one, but I have been able to consolidate. Yes, and that is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment. You know, because even, because then, yes, if you've consolidated into one, then you've emptied it. If you can move it over to empty it into another one and then just keep working from that one and just keep kind of doing that, that is amazing in my book. Because I went down from a mesh hamper, one of those mesh hampers from Dollar Tree, that was full of scrap, and now I have a mesh bag, little mesh bag that I've used up so much of that scrap and have put it with other things. And it's so funny because whenever I get to use my scrap, then it's like I still have scrap left on some things. And it's like, it's like never ending. It's never ending. Which I'm not complaining because it's colors that I can access and still go back to, but, but it does, it feels good to get through it. Right, and then I go get another box and refill the tote. There you go. You don't have much of a stash, Denise? Well, you'll probably end up with one at some point. You kind of work to obtain it. You don't want to overbuy and stuff just to have a stash. It just kind of happens. And I have to agree with Lenora on that too. Although sometimes it's nice to have one, it's kind of, in a way, best that you don't. Just because it can get overwhelming for me and my thought and how I am. It can be overwhelming. And it causes my brain to go 1,000 directions sometimes because I think, I get excited about certain colors and what I can do with this yarn and that yarn, and then it's kind of a spiral. But everybody's different, so because I definitely have enough yarn to last me quite some time. And yes, every now and then I'm going to have to purchase some, if I run out of a color that I have or something like that. But yeah, I'm I'm pretty set. Oh yeah, it's nice to live in a yarn shop until you start doing exactly what Johnna just said. Yes. Yep. And I have to rein myself in, sometimes on, looking at the yarn that I have and what I want to do with it and stuff like that. And, you know, so just, even though I do like to have one or two projects going at the same time just to give me a break from one and the other to not get bored, to keep me focused. I don't want to get bored. I don't want a bunch of whips sitting around. I hear a while back got myself caught up on whips, and I don't want to get back to having a mountain of whips, which I never really had a mountain of them, but I had a few. And now I've got that back down, you know, to where I just have this blanket order, I have that top, and I have my St. Louis Cardinals shirt that I'll be finishing up this week, and my tissue doll, which I will be finishing up probably tomorrow. So hello again, Cosmo. Yep, and 60 whips later, you're thinking, how did this happen? Right? Which, thank the Lord, I've not ever had 60 whips. And if I did, I'd be going nuts. And I'd be like, okay, what whip is staying and what whip is getting donated or ripped out and caked up. So I've never gotten that far in, but I've had a few. I've had a whip pile. I have had a whip pile, but well, enjoy your breakfast, Roland. I really like this mint green too. I call it mint green. They call it ocean, but I still think it's pretty. Very pretty. They sneak up on you and some of them hide. Oh yes, some of them do hide. They hide very well. Bottom of bags and bottom of closets and boxes, you know. Meanwhile, you're either thinking, what's taking so long to build inventory, or you think you're really cranking out stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's never an in between, it doesn't seem like, right? You know, because it either feels like you're kind of set and you're just whipping them out left and right of what you're wanting to do. I mean, because to me, I never get, it's like I'm never like, okay, I mean, yeah, sometimes I do feel like I'm right where I need to be. But for the most part, I think it's always that fight between, am I getting enough made? Do I have enough inventory? Or why is it taking me so long? Why don't I have any inventory? You know? Because that's where I'm at, like right before market. And sometimes, granted, like for this, Christmas in July, I did. I felt like I was set for it. That was one that I felt like, okay, I think I'm okay where I'm at. And I was. But then I also have all these other markets that are coming up after August, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to think about doing, not doing, making extra of, revisiting some things, what? Well, happy birthday, Violet. This is probably going to end up being about like a 30, between 30, 35, 30, 35 square. So, but this is how much I have done so far. Moving right along. It does not take long to make these at all. Since it's a baby blanket, I'll kind of measure it, kind of see what I think. I'll probably end up with about a 35 by 35 inch. Oh, you're getting rain now. We could use some, well, where I'm at, it looks like they could use some rain. At home, I don't know. It was pretty dry there for a while. But the heat and humidity and everything was making, oh, my shrubs, my hydrangeas are humongous. And I have like one of the trees. It is gorgeous this year. I need to take a video of that because it's absolutely gorgeous. It is just huge and fluffy and big. This is the first year that it has had so much on it. And it's a beautiful white one. I don't know if the trees come in any different colors but white. I've not researched that to know, but it's a beautiful white one. Oh, I will definitely give her a big hug for you when we get home. She's not with us. She stayed home with Sam. And I think Sam's probably enjoying having the house to himself. Quite honestly. And he is headed back to work full time, so as far as I know. So oh my, what are they doing? Oh, okay, that's what they were doing. Hey Milo, how are you doing? I have noticed quite a few that are saying their sales are down, but they have been making the exact same things for 2 years now. I catch myself saying, try making something different for a change, right? How are you doing tonight? I'm doing good, Milo. Thank you. You done soon? I'll probably be getting off here before too long scrolling. I had to tell I had tell if people aren't spending or if it's because you can only sell so many of the same thing. I think it has a lot to do with selling so much of the same thing. Because like I said, with this market that we went to yesterday, it was kind of that same thing of like everything that you see on the internet that everybody's making, you know? And so that's why I'm trying to kind of get away from some of that. And if I see something different and like people ordering things from me that are different, that are not the norm, you know, I love that. That fella made a stitch. His stitch was only about like maybe, I don't know, maybe about that big. He wasn't very big. But he was cute. He was cute. But I told him I said, you know, stitch is not easy to make, is it? And he was like, no. And but he, you know, he had a lot of different things, but he had a lot of similar of what just kind of everybody is making, you know.
And flowers.
Oh yeah, those flowers were really pretty. He did a really good job on the flowers. Um, he had like flower stems of different, what, maybe like three different kinds maybe or so. And I told him, I said, that's my next thing that I wanted to try, but I was like, it's going to take some patience and I've got to, I said, I have some projects I have to work on before I go to that. So, but really across the board, except for the one crocheter that I went to first, she was basically all wearables. She was wearables. It was more tops, and she had some dresses, I think, in there too and stuff. And I seen her immediately, and I told Whitney, I was like, I'm going there first, and then I'm working my way down. So I chit chatted with her a little bit, and so she was very nice. She was like, "Oh yes, this is my thing," and I was like, "Oh yeah, believe me." I said, "I know," and she had some cute stuff, different stuff. But the majority of everyone, it was kind of the same theme, you know. And this one guy, he was like, oh, and look at this. He picked up like a bigger chicken, and then it had, I think it was a chicken, it was something. And it was like where they had the babies, you know, and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen those before. And he was all gunned up thinking he was going to show me something new. And I was like, well, I crochet too. And I said, I have seen those patterns. I said, they are really cute. And because I wasn't doing it to make him feel bad to say it, but, you know, it was like, yeah, I mean, because you know, it's just kind of the same thing a little bit. So I want to do the flowers too. I've been seeing more wearables this year. Yeah. And I still have all my supplies to start the flowers, and I will get to it, but I want to conquer that. I want to be able to do it. I think it'll be something different, fun. It'll be a little, I mean, it'll be a little more of a challenge for me and to try to do it, you know, and not in a bad way, you know. I think it'll be something that just for me to try and hopefully it turns out and I like it. And being more wearables, and that's right up my alley because that is one of the things that I really do enjoy doing. So we shall see if it continues. But the one thing that I have noticed with the markets that I have been to and that I've been a part of, and I mean, and that's I have sold a lot of my little critters, and there's not a lot of that. Now there was one lady there that had little teeny tiny, um, like teeny tiny little possums, and um, there might have been like cat or something, and they were just like individual teeny tiny ones. Which for that, being tiny like that and that intricate of work, you know, I can understand maybe having a little bit higher price, maybe in a way. But I'm thinking that teeny tiny for me would have been a lower cost type of thing because she had prices on those teeny tiny things of what I'd put on a bigger item. And so I was like, and there wasn't that many people around her table, but she was very talented and they were really good. She did an amazing job, but I think she was too high priced. But that's just my thought, and everyone's different. And so I don't want to be one of those people of telling people what they should price and not price. But I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time not saying, yeah, those have been out for a while when people show me stuff. Someone was going on the capybara are becoming popular, and I'm like, no, they've been popular for 2 years now, right? Right. Yep, they have been. I know they have been, and I was late to that, you know. And that's the thing. I have been asked if I have them, and now that I have them, well, I have one. This one girl wanted it so bad, but her dad had her on a price limit or on a money limit. She could only spend so much that day. Well, she had already exceeded it, and I don't have that much on that capybara. And but still, she. So anyway, I still have the capybara, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna sell it. Well, no, I didn't. So it got picked up and looked at and cute, and whatever, but I still have it. But that was the first show it had been to too. So, but and I didn't even know what a capybara was until I got asked if I had one, and I was like, I have no clue, so I had to go and look it up. But yeah, it's hard for me not to say anything either. And in a way, I felt kind of bad whenever I did say something because it was just like I just burst that fella's bubble. I mean, and, he was an older gentleman. He was there helping that one kid, and I did feel kind of bad after I said it, but it was true. I mean, it was cute though, and that's what I told them. I said they're really cute, but you know. Oops. Okay, I am at a stopping point for crocheting. My shoulder blades are screaming at me, but I have made a lot of progress on this blanket. I think I have a measuring tape here. I'm going to measure how far in I am. And I'm starting my yawning already. And I think I saw that Chosen had come back. I don't remember if I said any. I'm sorry, Chosen, if I didn't say anything to you. I don't remember if I did or not. Right? But then I'm also like, these things are everywhere. Yeah, they are. And I think what it is, it's like people have learned how to do, and so they go looking on Pinterest. Like I do the same thing, you know, but I go for inspiration a lot of times. And if there is something that catches my eye that I want to try, yeah, I'm going to try it. 21 inches, it looks like, roughly estimating. That's just me trying to go across this way, not really having it flat, but about 21 inches. So I have about that much more to go. So not too much more, honestly. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know. He must be, I don't know. It must be something with him. I don't know. So yeah, I think I'll have this blanket done pretty quick too. I'll have my tissue paper doll done. I'll have that all that and my next project honestly is, I mean, even with this other stuff, whatever, it'll get done pretty quick. But I need to get the rest of my stuff up on my whatnot, and you know. Yes, but you notice how much there is and how long it's been out, right? Right. Yep. Sorry, just missed that. Did you say you're working on a blanket? Yes, Milo. It's a baby blanket. It's an order for a baby blanket. So I have about 21, 31, 13 more inches to go on it. to make it a 35 square. So and also with that, Lenora, even though it's maybe been out for a while or whatever, you know, putting your own spin on some things, and changing it up, sometimes isn't it, just to make things different, and just to have fun with them, like adding fabrics and other textures and other types of yarns and stuff, to go with whatever it is you're working on. Because sometimes, just making it different is fun to do too. Okay. But I really would like to try to figure out a way. I am not good at. I'm well. I haven't tried, so I guess I can't say. I guess I have in a way tried and done some things, and yes, like with the blue alien stitch, um, I modified and done a lot on my own on that one too, with different patterns and changed some things up on my own and whatever, and it turned out, and they love it, and I'm glad. Um, but I would like to do some more of like the gaming characters and stuff. I think it'd be fun to try to get, do some stuff with that. But when or if that will ever happen, I don't know, but it would be kind of fun to do, I think. Um, and that's one thing that I was kind of disappointed in, except for the lady with the wearables. Nothing, nothing was unique. So that was a little disappointing on the crochet stuff. Getting my stuff put away, because I won't be working on anything before we leave tomorrow. So getting everything kind of cleaned up. Hello, Ian. Last time I seen you was knitting. Yes, and I just got done working on some stuff. I'm taking a break. My shoulder blades were screaming at me, is what it is how I explained it. But I was working on, I'll go ahead and get it back out. I was working on this baby blanket. So I still have about 13 more inches to go on it, and then I'll be done. That's included, well, that'll include the border probably, so. Because I don't think I want to make it any more than 35 probably. We'll see once I get there. So yeah, I'm still crocheting away, Ian. Crocheting away. Thank you, Scrawlin. And the thing is, too, with these cakes that I got, I more than have enough with these two that I am going to get quite a bit of use out of them, get a lot of stuff out of them, because I still have scrap in those versions of colors, because that's one reason why, too, that I'm so excited about it, is because I have so many other skeins, of either the caked up that I've done, or a little bit of scrap here and there that I have of some of the colors that are worked into both of these skeins. So cakes, whatever. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm looking forward to doing something with that. I think I better put this in because no, I better not. I'm afraid it'll just bust open. This in here. I'm not really needed that. Scissors back in here. Remember which one this one is. Is it a 6 or an 8? Well, it's a 6, so yeah, it's a smaller one. It's 1.8 millimeter, which I do not need. For anything right now. It is definitely warmer tonight than what it has been. Because we actually had the air turned down to where it wasn't coming on as much. But now I'm starting to get warm, and I have not been warm in here since we got here. Okay, I think I have everything packed away, ready for tomorrow. Try not to knock that down. All my scrap yarn, crochet animals, blanket on. Yeah. And really what I would like to do is go back and make there was I think it was a pattern book that I might have shown a while back that had like more of the antique kind of looking granny square pattern, and it just had different stitches and stuff, and kind of where you chain stitched and done different things. And it was a blanket that I had actually made my mom that I would like to make one for myself. Because again, there was one blanket that Whitney kept that he had in his truck. Then I think there was a blanket downstairs, one of the kids I made for one of the kids. I don't know if Seth took his, because I think it's Sam's that I still have in the basement, maybe. So I have very few that I've kept. I mean, now that finger crocheted or hand crocheted, whatever you call it, the finger crocheted one I have on Whitney's chair. Of course, I've kept that one. And then I did keep a bigger one of the fluffy hand finger crocheted down in the basement for the bed down there, the sleigh bed that we have down there. So really, you know, for as much as I crochet, I've only kept 4, I guess. So, which I guess I do still have that one from 1990 something ish, or 8, whatever it was. 93, 94, 95. I don't know, maybe 98, I don't remember. So maybe that's 5. So I have more than what I think, but still, for as much as I crochet, you would think that I would have more, but because I have made so many blankets, but they've been gifts for everybody. So, because I think all of my, at least my great nieces and nephews, I think I have crocheted. There may be 1 or 2 that I didn't get crocheted for, but I at least for the first ones did for each of my nieces that had children. But but yeah, doing the blankets and using your scrap up for that and stuff, yeah. They definitely make nice blankets and the rag rugs, like, you know, I've crocheted rugs for my house and used up a lot of my scrap for that. And I love my rag rugs that I've used my scrap out at used my scrap up for in those. Excuse me. Oh, well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. So, is a crochet granny stitch blank? Yes, yes, yep. Very much so is a good scrap buster. That is for sure. Doing anything with the granny square stuff, you know. And I'm a granny stitch fan, granny square fan, always have been. So, yeah. Well, and it's so easy and you can do anything with it, you know. You can make any kind of, you know, make pillows, blankets, scarves, you know, cows, hats, ponchos, tops, anything and everything you can imagine. So, but yeah, so I will go ahead and get off of here for now. And thank you everyone for hanging out with me. I appreciate you so much for taking your time, because that means a lot. So, because we don't have a lot of time, you know, we don't have a lot of free time. So anyway, I love you all dearly. I appreciate you so much. And we will talk again soon. Y'all take care. Bye.